Alright guys, I'm doing something new. I just finished up my morning routine of watering the garden, getting things to grow. And I had a random thought. First I want to show you guys really quickly the garden, because I haven't shown very many pictures here, but everything when we moved here was just packed dirt. And we have very slowly, I got all this greenery here, and then I've got greenery going all the way back to the fence now, right there through the middle of the video you can see. And this is because I do 2 times, sometimes 3 times a day, I water. And Chris will usually get the third. If she doesn't get the third, I'll do 3 times a day. It takes about 30 minutes each time, depends on water pressure, which also varies day to day. But this was all packed dirt a year and, however many months ago now. It hasn't been a year and a half, almost a year and a half. I'm out here with my coffee, and it's just, you can see it's just slowly, the tropical has taken over. And this got me to thinking, by the way, bedhead, everybody, gotta love it. One of the things, what's up, Lucas? I wanted to show you guys real quick. I'm out here in my boxers and everything, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna move the camera down here. I'm gonna kneel down, flip it around. See it, it's our rooster and the egg hens. Anyway, what I wanted to show you was this right here. These super, super fine, I mean, a few days ago they just looked like little hairs, right? And this clump has been here for 4 months now, growing. But then we have these little things, which literally just cropped up about 2 weeks ago after the first big rain, because it brought all these seeds down from up in there and out of the trees. So we got a whole rollover of seeds. And so the big clumps are the clumps that have been coming since I started regularly watering, like about a year ago. And then obviously we have our big old papaya trees, 2 of them right there, another one growing there, another one growing here, another one growing here. Those are the transplants that survived. And here we have like an avocado tree. We have another avocado tree, even though I can't eat avocados. This is a tomato plant, which is not bearing fruit yet. There's a reason for that. We'll talk about later. There's another papaya tree. These are I think this is the mandarins. Like mandarin oranges. Those are all seedlings. I don't know what that is. That might be another avocado. I don't know what that is. This is the Mexican oregano, which we use a lot of fresh. This is our basil, which, by the way, the basil is crazy because it's growing seeds all the time, so we've been cropping the seeds. And over here, Chris has a whole row of basil seedlings. So we have plenty of basil, which is great because I use this at least once a week. I'll use a whole clump of it. So, and then some of this is just wild grass. There's cacti throughout here. More papaya trees. They're really easy to grow here. And then of course this is our naranja tree. Lucas, what are you doing? You guys can see underneath him that wound. I don't know if you got a glimpse of it. He was laid up for, it's scabbed over now, after I think it was about 4 days of no bandages. But he was 4 days with bandages, and he didn't leave the office. It was a pretty bad bite. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to share here, because I know a lot of everything I do is over on the, this is more my gaming channel. And then there's the Homestead channel, where I would typically post this kind of stuff. But I just kind of wanted to share how, this has become way more of a part of my life than I thought it would, in terms of, like, growing stuff. Obviously a lot of this is just wild because we've been letting it grow wild, and from there we can come back and, trim it as necessary. But like, this is fascinating to me. Like, the big clumps started coming, and the reason the big stumps started coming is because right here we were trying to grow another tree, and then we had the papaya tree there. We also had one here that didn't make it. There was two that didn't make it. This one didn't make it, and that one didn't make it. But there were also some flowers planted back there that Chris did as an experiment. And what we noticed is that as we were coming here every day to water that tree, this tree, and the two flowers, we noticed that there was a trail of greenery. We're not professional gardeners, so we're just learning all this as we go along. We noticed that after a few weeks, there was little hairs. These little hairs were starting to come up in where we would regulate water. So then that was when I decided, well, I'm just going to start watering the whole damn thing. And it has taken a long time, but very slowly getting growth coming in. And like I said, with the rain bringing seeds down, that has helped immensely. And that started as my compost heap, and then we just kind of took it all the way to the fence, which mostly is just dead leaves that fall from back there, but also all of our scraps for the chickens and stuff. Oh, and Frida's brooding, which we'll get into that here in a minute. Anyway, let's talk about the tomato fruit plant, because Chris and I, for the most part, are not watching any videos or reading online how to do any of this stuff. We're just learning as we go along. And we didn't realize that, pruning was kind of a thing for tomatoes. So this thing just got out of control. And we never thought about it, And then here's the newest arm of it right here. So I've been debating cutting that off, see if I can't transplant it. Anyway, there's also the front area where a garage could go. But we have 3 papaya trees out front. Finally, one of them is finally big enough to give shade to our window in the living room, which is awesome. That's the reason Chris put them there in the first place. And a bunch of other, she's got some more chili plants out there and stuff. So there's that as well. But this was all, I should try to hopefully I find an old picture and put it up with this video. I might be too lazy to edit this though. I'm going to be too lazy to edit this, I'll tell you this right now, because I just want to upload it from my phone. Over on the Homestead channel, there are pictures. It was just, there was zero here other than this tree. This tree was the only thing that was here. There was nothing, no greenery whatsoever. And these trees were really cool to make. I say to make, but to cultivate. Because these papaya trees have gotten huge. Now, unfortunately, I don't even think there's any fruit left on them. I'm trying to see. No. We gave up the battle against the iguanas. Because it was every day, you have to literally be on guard from like noon until 5. If you even take a 30-minute break of vigilance, those bastards will swarm the garden. I gotta switch hands here. They will swarm the papaya trees and constantly coming out and finding anywhere from an 18-inch, horde of them in the tree to, one time we had a big 6-foot bastard who was up in there, and he broke. This is going to be hard to show because I won't be able to flip it around because I'm not using my main hand. If you look down in here, there's broken leaves, broken branches everywhere, like right in here. And there's just clumps that are missing. What's up, Mary? And that's literally from a big 6-foot iguana who just saw a fruit and was like, I'm going to climb up in there and get that fruit. And he did. And he broke all sorts of branches on his way up. Anyway. So you all know, it's not just video games and nerd stuff. This is the other side of what we're doing with the homestead. So this is my promotion of saying, hey, if you like all this kind of stuff, and you want to see more of us transforming our property and the cats and the chickens and bedhead and, I'm not sitting at my desk in an air-conditioned office, If you want more of this. By the way, that's the chicken coop I built by hand. There's also the cat refuge, which is back there. Cat shelter for rain and stuff. Built all that by hand. Hand saw, hammer, nails, speed square. Anyway, my hands are tired from holding the phone. I'm going to put my coffee down and see you guys later. Make sure to check out the other channel. But also this one, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.